I like to give all glory and praises and honor unto the Most High. Now, what we're gonna get in today is we're gonna look at taking a blood oath with Satan. You know, a lot of people, they say that this stuff is not real. You can't do things like that. But right here, we're gonna show you that, or it is possible to do it, and people have done these things, and we're just gonna take a look at this video real quick, and then we're gonna get into it.
Generally, you had to kill somebody to be a made member. And the reason for that was if you killed somebody, you weren't a threat because then you couldn't rat out anybody else because you had this murder sitting behind you that could cause you grief.
The mob boss evaluates the associates and chooses a select few to be made. Tommaso Buscetta reveals the secret initiation ceremony.
Mi dissero se io ero disposto a servire
They said if I was willing to serve our
la
generation,
nostra generazione.
I said yes.
Io dissi
If I
sì.
was willing
Se
to
ero
face
disposto ad
pain, and
affrontare
I
delle
said yes.
sofferenze, io dissi sì.
If I was able to keep
Se sapevo
secrets that I
conservare
would
dei
never have
segreti
revealed to
che non
anybody,
avrei mai rivelato
I
a
said
nessuno,
yes.
io dissi sì.
Then they pricked with the needle a finger, they spread my blood on an image of a saint, they burnt it in my hands, making an oath that if I betrayed them, my flesh would burn like the image of the saint.
At the heart of the secret ceremony is a vow of loyalty and silence called omerta. Betrayal of the Mafia secrets was punishable by death. In America, it became known as La Cosa Nostra.
Cosa Nostra essentially means our thing. And the Cosa Nostra family structure is based upon basically familiar relationships within a family. The boss, of course, was the top person. Underneath the boss was the underboss. And then you had a consigliere, you had a capo regime who was essentially responsible for 10 soldiers. The soldiers were the money makers, and they had a whole group of associates out there that made money, and they passed that money up the line to the boss.
In the wake of
So you remember in my video with the Cain making a covenant with Satan? In that video, I was saying that when Cain made that covenant with Satan, what he had to do to make sure that it was sealed was he had to kill his brother, man. He had to kill Abel, to make sure that covenant went through. He had to make a blood sacrifice. Now, in that clip that you just watched, you heard the first thing that the guy said. If you want to come into this group, the first thing that you have to do, you have to commit a hit on somebody. You have to kill somebody. So that way, when you in the group, you're not gonna rat anybody out because, hey, you got blood on your hands too. You did it, man. So you see how that ties in. Cain had to kill his brother. You know what I mean? And these guys also have to do the same thing. You know what I mean? To whoever to get into that blood covenant with that blood oath with Satan, man. And another thing that they were showing you in there was how these guys they pricked his fingers, man, and they put it on a card. So why are they doing these things, man? That's taking a blood oath, man, with Satan right there. That's what he's doing. That's what they were doing in there, in the Mafia. Now, so you see what he said? He said the mob boss usually goes out and evaluates the associates and recommends that person to become to come into their rank. So pretty much, if you're pretty much a piece of crap, hey, you're gonna be welcome into those ranks, man. You know what I mean? They're gonna welcome you into those ranks. So you could make that blood oath with Satan, man. And in the in the Mafia, I think in the Italian Mafia, once you become a made man, you fall under that umbrella of these criminals, man. They're like your family. So if they want you to kill your damn mother, you're gonna have to do it. If they want you to kill your friend, you're gonna have to do it. You know what I mean? It don't matter what. And another thing too, once you get into that organized crime family, you could also go out there. It's like you're protected, so you could go out there and you could mess with people. You know what I mean? And have them killed because you don't like them, huh? Or if anybody messes with you, the whole family's gonna jump in. You know what I mean? And kill that person. For example, if they don't, if you don't like that person, so it's all about protecting one another. So let's bring up this verse real quick, man. Once again, I kind of brought this up in one of my other videos, but it still applies to this. This is Helaman 6, verse 21. And the highlighted part, they did unite with those bands of robbers. And they did enter into their covenants and the oaths that they would protect and preserve one another in whatsoever difficult circumstances they should be placed, that they should not suffer for their murders and their plunderings and their stealings. And it came to pass that they did have their signs, secret signs, and their words, that they might distinguish a brother who has entered into the covenant. Whatsoever wickedness his brother should do, he should not be injured by his brother, nor neither those who did belong in his band, and who had taken this covenant. Thus they might murder and plunder and steal and commit whoredoms and all manner of wickedness contrary to the laws of their country and also to the laws of the Most High. You know what I mean? And whosoever of those who belong to their bands should reveal unto the world of their wickedness and their abominations, should be tried not according to the laws of their country, but according to the laws of their wickedness, which have been given by the Gaddington and the Cushman. So that was the group. So you see, they entered into an oath, man, to do all manner of wickedness, man, to protect one another, to hold each other up. Once again, I kind of went over this already, as you've seen in the video, man. They pricked his hand. The blood went on the card. They lighted it on fire. And he held it between his hands. That's a blood oath with the devil, man. So we're going to take a look at another clip real quick.
All right, you know why we're here. So if you got any doubts or reservations, now is the time to say so. No one will think any less of you. Because once you enter this family, there's no getting out. This family comes before everything else. Everything. Before your wife and your children and your mother and your father. It's a thing of honor. Then God forbid, if you get sick or something happens and you can't earn, we'll take care of you, because that's part of it.
If you've got a problem, you just gotta let somebody know. This man right here, he's like your father. It doesn't matter if it's with somebody here or on the outside. You bring it to him, he'll solve it.
You stay within the family. All right, give me a hand. Okay. That's St. Peter, my family saint. Now, as that card burns, so may your soul burn in hell if you betray your friends and the family. Now, rub your hands together like this and repeat after me. May I burn in hell.
May I burn in hell.
If I betray my friends.
If I betray my friends.
Congratulations.
So you see in that clip right there, like I was explaining, once again, they showing you. And I don't even know what this was. I never watched this show or anything like that. I just came across it, but they're showing you. The first clip was a documentary, I believe, but this one was like from a movie. But they're showing you that, this is what these guys do to enter into a blood oath with the devil, man. Amen. To come under that umbrella. And and another thing too, these guys was lying to them. He said, if you break this oath, if you tell any of our secrets, you're gonna burn in hell. So let's bring up a verse real quick. Ephesians 5:11, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. So, I mean, the scripture says to have no fellowship with these guys, man. I mean, the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them, expose them, man. You know what I mean? Correct them. You know, so you see, these guys were lying to them. If you tell anything that we do, I mean, you're gonna burn in hell. That's a lie, man. That was a lie. You know what I mean? That's what the devil does, man. He lies. Now there was a scene in there when they first came in, and now I'm gonna play that scene real quick for you.
All right, you know why we're here. So if you have any doubts or reservations, now is the time to say so. No one will think any less of you. Because once you enter this family, there's no getting out.
So you see, he gave them a warning before they took the oath. Now the Most High, you know what I mean, is always gonna make a way for you to escape, man. Always, man. So let's bring that scripture up real quick. 1 Corinthians 10:13. There hath no temptation taken you but such as is common to man. So, you know what I mean, no temptation is going to come upon you that's, you know what I mean, that's unknown to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, man. A way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. So you see right there, before these guys, you mean, sold their souls to the devil, took that blood oath, that was the Most High speaking through that man right there, believe it or not. Look, he said, hey, you guys don't have to do this, man. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to think less of you if you cop out right now. See, the Most High's always going to make a way for you to escape, man. I mean, but they didn't take it, man. Oh, man. Now, there was another scene we see when that crow came by the window. The black crow came by the window and it was staring at him. So we're gonna take a look at that real quick again.
If I betray my friends. Congratulations.
So, you know, as I was watching that, I was trying to figure out, like, yo, man, like, what did that crow symbolize? You know what I mean? Was that crow, like, of the Most High either? But, like, no, I came to the realization that, nah, that crow was not of the Most High. That crow represented death, man. You know what I mean? And some people regard crows as, like, hey, you know, on a positive side. But to me, when I see that crow right there, to me, it represented death. You know, when you die, when your carcass is on the floor, what comes to eat it up, man? The vultures, the crows. So that represented death right there. That was the devil in the form of a crow, man. Looking at him. You know what I mean? When it, you know, and you could see that he was uncomfortable when that crow was right there. That was making him uncomfortable. And that crow represented death, man. You sold your soul. It's over for you. You know? And as soon as it was done, you know what I mean? He went away. The devil came to make sure that it, you know what I mean? That it was done. It was official. Came in the form of an animal, man. Y'all know these angels could take the form of humans. They could take the forms of animals and things like that. That represented the devil, man. That crow right there. You know, and these guys, you know, they get into this group and they think that, you know, they know everything, and they're proud. I mean, they're proud of the things that they know when they get into these little groups, or the crimes that's being committed, the secrecy that's been going on. But let's pull this verse up real quick. Ecclesiasticus 19:22. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. Neither at any time the counsel of sin is prudence. So you see, you got a lot of these guys. They walk around here, and they're prideful in the things that they're doing. They're prideful that they're walking around here, you know what I mean, doing all manner of wickedness to you. They're prideful to walk around, you know what I mean, that they're hurting people in a sinful state, man. But you see right here, the scripture says the knowledge of everything that they know, they have the technology, they're tracking you on the phone with the apps and things like that. You know what I mean? They're not using it for good, man. You know what I mean? But they think they have the advantage on you because they know these things. But they're not wise. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. You know what I mean? But they walk around here with a lot of pride, man, knowing the things that they know. You know And when they enter into these secret, these secret covenants and these secret oaths, they find out things. They know about certain things that happen. And a lot of it is wicked. It's pure wickedness, man. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, and neither at any time the counsel of sin is prudence. So just being around these guys and their circle, it's not wise to be around them, man. It's not. Like I said, like the scripture said in the beginning, have no dealings with people like that, man. For real. So let's go to this verse real quick. So Helaman chapter 7 verse 5, condemning the righteous because of their righteousness, letting the guilty and the wicked go unpunished because of their money, and moreover to be held in office at the head of government, to rule and do according to their wills, that they might get gain and glory of the world, and moreover that they might the more easily commit adultery and steal and kill and do according to their own wills. So you see, it says condemning the righteous because of their righteousness. And another thing too, and these guys, man, they need the righteous here once again to do what they do. These guys need the righteous people here to do what they do, because like I said, if we wasn't here, the Most High destroy these guys, man. So in reality, these guys, they need us here, man. They can't do these things without us here. That's why they entered into a secret oath. To begin with, man. And usurp power. This is what these devils do, man. And another thing too, like when they these devils let out the smile, things of that nature when they see you. Because they know what they're doing, so they let out a little smirks. And look at this right here. Ecclesiasticus 21:20. A fool lifted up his voice with laughter. So that's what they do, man. They're fools, but they think that they're wise because of because they entered into a secret covenant, and they're doing all manner of wickedness, and they laughing behind the scenes. But a wise man doth scarce smile. So a wise man is scared. He's barely gonna see him smiling, man. But you see these fools out here, they laughing at when they doing all manner of wickedness. But yeah, man, that's what I wanted to get into today, man. This is an example right here that these things do exist. That Cain killed Abel, and that just translated throughout time, entered into a blood covenant. So all praises to the Most High, man, and stay blessed out there.